What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Unfiltered video. In this one, we're going to talk about how to get into flow state on demand. If you're into videos like this, go down, hit the subscribe and notification bell, and be prepared for this video. So first, why do we want to get into flow state? And what is flow state? Flow state is a state of consciousness, a state of experience where nothing else exists. You are fully immersed in the moment, immersed into the task that you're doing. So a popular example of this would be playing sports or playing a video game. So when you're doing these things, when you're playing a tennis match, a basketball game, you're in the flow state of a video game you're playing like Minecraft, Fortnite, you're not thinking about anything else. You are just fully immersed into the thing that's ahead of you, the next couple seconds of whatever the task that is required of you. So if you're doing a work task, it could be writing for the next 30 minutes, it could be moving this task, coding this next paragraph, whatever. So that is flow state. And why do we want to get more of it? It is because this is a state that you're getting the most amount of work done, and you have the most amount of creativity out of your mind. So everyone who is a high performer is just in this state for as long as possible. Mr. Beast, I would say, is in this state for at least 10 hours a day. This man works during every waking moment during this day. So if we can get more of this flow state into our lives, we'll get more work done, which means more money, more status, whatever you want, whatever you desire in your life. So I'm going to go through 3 steps on how you can get more flow state into your life and how you can actually get this on demand. So the 3 steps are having a clean morning, a clean mind, and a clean diet. So first, a clean morning. What do I mean by that? A clean morning doesn't mean your normal morning routine, like go do a cold shower for an hour, but it means having 0 stimuli before you start working in the morning. So this is going to be extremely important if you get your work done in the morning, but if you're more of a nighttime guy that you do your work at like 12 a.m., 10 p.m., then just for the last few hours before you start working, you can implement this. So to have 0 stimuli before you start working means that as soon as you wake up, your eyes open, and usually people will go for their phone or they'll get up and they'll start talking to people, start their day in that sort of way. What you want to do if you want to get into flow state as much as possible and as fast as possible is that as soon as you wake up, do not look at your phone. Turn off the alarm if that's on your phone and just get up and start moving and go downstairs, do your hygiene or go to the bathroom, whatever, and just get those necessary things out of the way, and as fast as possible get onto your laptop and start working or start meditating as soon as possible, which we'll get more into on the clean mind part. But you want to just get into these tasks, get into your task, or get into your routine that is absolutely necessary. So stuff like hygiene, if you like working out in the morning, then go and do that. But if you can work out later in your day and it doesn't have to be the first thing, then do that. Don't work out immediately, because at least for me, I find that if I work out immediately, I feel a little bit drained, and I would rather have worked during that time period and waited till later in the day when I'm more useless to get a workout done. So have this clean morning. You have to design this for yourself and see what type of person you are, how well you work, but just try to have 0 things in between you and the work. And if you want, you can put your meditation right before work. So I actually got this from a guy named Sam Ovens. He was the creator of consulting.com, and now he's the creator of School with a K, which is this new community platform. And what he had in some of his informational videos is that he would meditate before work every single day. And I started doing this, and it really changed the way I worked. But to go even beyond that, you have to progressively overload how good you are at meditation, which will translate to how good you are at focusing. And what the flow state is that you're totally immersed in the moment. You're totally immersed in the task at hand. And if you're able to expand your brain's ability to focus for longer and for more intense periods, you're going to have more flow state in your day, which means you're going to get more work done. So how do we actually do this? So if you've ever tried meditating before, you probably close your eyes and just tried to feel your breath, try to focus on your breath, and that's about it. And when the timer's done, you just move on. So I did that, and I did that around 500 times, I'd say, before I actually changed the necessary things to progressively overload my meditation practice. So what do I mean by this? When you meditate, the next time you try it, and if you haven't before, you're starting after this video, you take out a timer and just set it for 5 minutes. Even if you've done 20 minutes in the past, 30 minutes, whatever, do 5 minutes this time. And what I want you to do is I want you to put your fingers together like this. So you know when you feel your fingers together like this, you feel like a point of pressure, right, between the 2 fingers. And what I want you to do is during your meditation, during these 5 minutes that you set the timer for, Just focus on that point of pressure. And during this entire 5 minute period, keep your focus on that point of pressure. And your goal for this is to have your entire focus be on that point of pressure without a single thought or feeling or image or whatever in your head to pop up during that 5 minute period. And if you can't do it, fine. But remember the amount of times that your mind drifted out of that point of pressure. So maybe your first time, your mind drifted like 20 times out of that. And write down that number and write down the 5 minutes somewhere. Store this as a thing that you're tracking, because we're going to progressively overload this. And what I want you to do is to expand the amount of time over like weeks, days, whatever, that you're able to hold on to your point. So when do I want you to expand the amount of time? I don't want you to do it for if you're having 5 or more thoughts during that 5 minute period. So if you're only having like 1 to 4 times you broke your focus on that thing, you can expand this to 10 minutes and start trying it again and trying to get to a similar amount of time, like 1 to 5 thoughts throughout that period. But if you're at that point that you can do 10 minutes, 15 minutes straight with 0 thoughts or 1 to 5 thoughts, you're going to see that translate into your flow state and your focus immensely. You'll be able to focus all day long, or at least be able to redirect your focus a lot more than you used to. And the final area is clean diet. So if you do those first 2 steps, you'll have a lot of gains in this area. You're going to be able to focus for a long time and be able to focus really intensely. But if you want to take this to the next level, you got to change your diet up. And so first of all, you want to be fasted during your work period. And this is usually going to be for the first part of the day. So personally, I don't eat. It's currently 12:25 p.m. I haven't eaten yet. And sometimes I'll push that till 4 p.m. if I'm trying to get a lot of work done. And my day-to-day changes a lot. I'm not able to have a consistent, everyday, exact same routine. But if you are able to do that, then I would say have your eating period be later in the day and have it at the same time every single day, so it's more predictable for your body. If you can, work for the first part of the day and then eat. And if you can't do that, then have 0 carbs as your first meal, and then have 0 carbs during your later meals. Or if you want, you could have your last meal of the day, have all your carbs in it. So why do I say this? When you have carbs, it is a lot harder for your brain to focus. Your blood sugar is going up and down, it's crashing, and this is a terrible place to be in for focus. And having to eat any food at all is going to alter your ability to focus and be in flow state. But if you do have to eat because it's your preference, or you're going to the gym, or whatever other reason, have it be 0 carbs. So just eat eggs, just eat meat, some veggies, some very low carb options like vegetables. And you can look at the glycemic index on Google, and any food that has a low glycemic index. And basically what that means is it has a low impact on your blood sugar. And again, blood sugar is what can fuck up your focus here. If you want to look up the foods that have low glycemic on this index, and just eat those foods with proteins and fats if you can. And to take this to the next level, you have all of your food be 0 carbs, which is the keto diet or a carnivore diet where you're just eating meat. And in this state, I have found no other diet that has the same level of mental clarity and focus, besides maybe fasting for 24 hours, 36 hours straight. If you are going to eat food, which we all need to eat food, like please don't starve yourself here, then go on the keto and carnivore diet for optimal flow state and focus. You'll see tons of entrepreneurs online do this diet. You can look up a lot more about it if you're suspicious about it. There's plenty of doctors who make very good videos on YouTube about it. Watch those videos, take some notes, and start to implement it into your life. So if you have a clean morning, a clean mind, and a clean diet, you will have flow state on command 24 hours a day. If you enjoy these types of videos, hit the subscribe and notification bell. If you want more edited storytelling type videos, check out my main channel. That'll also be linked in the description. But for now, have a great day and enter flow state. Peace.